Hebrews 10:24 and 25 is a favorite passage of any church leader, in that it serves as an encouragement to us all to get ourselves out of bed on Sunday morning and get to church. Here's how it goes. And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. That passage serves as a reminder to us all that we are all the body of Christ. And as such, there's an implied understanding that we're to meet regularly. And for what? To spur one another on toward love and good deeds. I, for one, believe that there can never be enough encouragement passed around. At a time when the world is seemingly falling apart, biblical values are devalued, religious freedoms are under attack, families are being destroyed by the kingdom of selfishness, there needs to be a place where people can retreat to, where they can get refueled and have their spirits lifted. Paul says in Romans 12:15 that we're to rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn. But how can we do that if we're not meeting regularly? Paul often likens the local congregation to a physical body. He says in 1 Corinthians 12:15, because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body. It would not for that reason stop being part of the body. Have you ever felt like that? Like you just didn't fit in? Like you weren't part, didn't belong? Unfortunately, that happens all too often in the church today, where people are just sort of screened out, not by any malice intent necessarily, just that we get our focus faltered. You know, when we assemble together on Sunday morning, we often getting caught up on what's going on in our friends' lives, and we forget that there are people there who are hurting and who are looking for just some minute measure of encouragement. All too often, they leave the church far more discouraged than when they first entered. You know, some years ago, the Christian group Casting Crowns came out with a song titled, If We Are the Body. Here's how the chorus goes. But if we are the body, why aren't his arms reaching? Why aren't his hands healing? Why aren't his words teaching? And if we are the body, why aren't his feet going? Why is his love not showing them there's a way? Wow, that really hits home, doesn't it? It sure does for me. You know, we often attribute that song to like those living out on the streets. But what about those who make their way into our churches? In that song, they speak about a woman who sneaks into the back of the church to kind of unnoticed, you know, and the only attention she seems to get are some girls making fun of her. How are we a body to that person? Are our hands reaching? Are our feet going? Are we healing? What are we doing to be the body for that person? But now there's a flip side to this too. If we are the body, how can we just stay home on Sunday morning and not go to be with the rest of our body? That's be like my feet telling me on Sunday morning, you know, I just don't feel like getting out of bed this morning, Randy. Why don't you just go on without me? That's ludicrous, right? Remember, wherever you go to church, you are there by a divine appointment of Jesus Christ himself, and for one purpose, to build the body. Go to church this Sunday and be the body that you've been called to be, and be a blessing to someone. And may God bless you as you bless others. Thanks for listening.